Back again for another video. So I know I've been putting out a lot of videos here lately, but I got the time, the space, and the opportunity, so I figured why not. I got a lot of things on my plate anyways, but I'm in the time crunch, meaning that I have to put those things off to later because of the responsibilities that I have. Nonetheless, here I am. So, what is a high value man? I think that we need to have that conversation because people are saying what a high value man wants and doesn't want. But I don't think a lot of these individuals even know what a high value man is in the first place. When people generally think of high value man, they think of money. They think of assets. They think of resources. They think of yachts and boats and houses and mansions and planes and cars. But I'm here to tell you that that's incorrect. A high value man probably doesn't have any of those things or even cares about those things. If we were to define men of value based on monetary things, that would mean that Jeff Bezos is the most high value man in the world. But yet, he went through a divorce. Right? We oftentimes say that women desire a high value man. Well, for what and for how long? And what, once again, is a high value man in the first place? If Jeff Bezos got a divorce, what does that mean for the rest of the men who don't have as much money as he does? How are there men in this world who have more than one woman, who've had a relationship for 50 years, who have several women, who've never been even married in the first place? You know, how is it that these many different categories of men don't have this much money, but yet show more success than Jeff Bezos? So is this conversation really about the money aspect of what makes a high value man high value? I asked that question. But let's go on to a new part of it. What is a high value man once again? And I'll bring it back again full circle. If we go off of money, does that mean that if your money gets taken away, your value goes away with it? Is that how men define themselves? Is that how men should be defining other men based on the money that he has? Because Jeff Bezos, he lost half of his assets to his wife. Is he half of a man now? Half of a high value man? A he man? H-I? A he value man? Is that what he is now? I mean, because he doesn't have that money anymore. If money are the things that define a high value man, that means majority of black men have no value because we're at the bottom. Not all the way, but we're really close. We're really close there. Does that mean that our entire community has no value because of its net worth and its output and its ability to create wealth? Is that what defines high value? Some of the most influential people on this earth were penniless. And they probably died penniless too. I mean, of course, they probably made some money in between then. But yeah, what made them exceptional people and high value men was what they stood for, who they were as an individual compared to other men at the time. Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, many people like that. Their philosophy and their understanding of life preceded anything that you saw about them. You know, for a long time when I was a kid, I had no idea what Malcolm X looked like, but I knew that he stood for something very powerful. That means that his value was not tied to anything that you can actually see. It wasn't tied to a bank account. It wasn't tied to how many cars he had. It was tied to what he stood for in his movement, his direction in life, his purpose. That's what his value tied to. His philosophy, his kindness, his giving, his understanding, benevolence, all the things that I talk about in earlier videos that make a man a man. It has nothing to do with your money. You know, all this talk about, well, a high value man is going to have whatever he wants and he's going to cheat. No, he's not. Because the man that you're describing isn't a high value man in the first place. High value men do what they want to do. That's what a high value man does. And they're honest about it. They say, I'm going to have multiple women. And if you have a problem with it, there's the door. That's what high value is. High value isn't having a woman in Miami and having a woman in SoCal and them not knowing about each other. That's not high value. Hell, the average man can do that. Remember, what makes a high value man high value is that his being who he is sets him leagues apart from average men. That's what makes a man high value, meaning that his kindness, his benevolence, his understanding, his leadership, his foresight, his intelligence, his smartness, his wisdom is leagues set apart from men, the average men. That's what makes a man high value. So until we collectively have that understanding of what defines a high value man, I don't think there should even be a conversation about what a high value man wants, because nobody knows what the hell a high value man is in the first damn place. I mean, of course, there are a few people who understand this and they run channels. Yes, they do. But for the vast majority of people who are speaking on high value men, you don't know what you're talking about. I feel offended. But anyways, I just wanted to put that out there because it seems that people don't understand. And I'm all about clarification. I'm all about teaching. I like to get people to the truth, because the more people that get to the truth, the more we can collectively move to where we need to be. If people are left behind, that's a no-go. We have to bring them forward. And that's what my channel is here for. But anyways, like, comment, and share. I always forget to say that, but I'm going to start saying it. Until next time, this has been a Wolf and Beta Close. May you have a good day, and peace be with you.